From the Northeast Georgia Health System studio here, Bo Wilson, Caleb Hutchins, Jeff Hart, and Walker McCrary on AM 550 and FM 102.9 WDUN, and video streaming on YouTube at Access WDUN Sports. Always here, always local.
Welcome to Week 4, the Pick'em Show, right here on WDUN Facebook and YouTube Live. The same old crew with you tonight, and hopefully our technical difficulties will not happen this evening as we've got Walker dialed in, Caleb here, Jeff here, and tonight Avery Bryson is producing the show. Welcome to the show, guys. How is everyone doing?
Good. Sure.
Good.
Sure.
I'm great. I'm ready for it. We had a very exciting week last week.
We did.
A lot of great performances by our area teams, and I think that we are gearing up for another great week this week.
I think we are too. Walker, I know the week last week was, as Caleb just said, a very good week. You know, a week probably going into the season that we thought might not be a good week, but it turned out to be a pretty good week.
Yeah, we had two pretty good games there with East Jackson and Jackson County coming out of really tight games, really competitive games, which was fun. But then we also saw some teams play like we thought they were going to play. North Hall really stands out in how they played against Cherokee Bluff. It was tight. We expected it to be tight, and then North Hall poured on the offense. North Hall, I know we said it on the Hardy Chevrolet scoreboard show, Caleb. North Hall is scary good. Like could end up 10-0 and making a deep run in the 3A playoffs.
I was talking to Matt Turner, East Hall head coach, earlier today because getting an interview with him before we get ready for that East Hall North Hall game tomorrow on the lake. We'll have some coach audio from both of them on the tailgate show tomorrow. And when I was asking Coach Turner, because he's a guy with an offensive background, he's coached some of the best offenses statistically in the history of this area. And I asked him what makes that offense so potent and so difficult to defend. And the answer that he gave was there's just so many different ways they can attack you. There's just so many different ways they can beat you. They can run the ball really, really well. Both of their quarterbacks can run. We saw Smith McGarvey rip off a 50-plus yard touchdown in that game. They are really, really effective throwing the ball, and not only are they effective throwing it, they have got two great wide receivers on the outside. They've got a great tight end, so they've got a lot of different guys who can beat you from a receiving standpoint. So that, I think, just makes it a nightmare for people. And to be frank, Jeff, I think it'll be a little bit of a nightmare for East Hall's defense tomorrow trying to slow them down. The question will be, can East Hall's offense create some nightmares for that North Hall defense that did give up 31 to Cherokee Bluff last week?
They'll score some points. I don't think there's any question about that. But I think the thing that impressed me the most was the physicality of North Hall. That I'm not going to say that's what's been missing, like when they have a playoff run, but they're going to run into those teams in the playoffs. They're going to be bigger, faster, stronger. They went Bluff is always physical, and they matched them, if not gave back a little more than they got. That was what impressed me the most, Bo.
I got to say, though, when you talk about physicality of North Hall and how North Hall is doing this year, I think that physicality came last year against White County after they went to Cleveland, and it wasn't a very good performance. And they really started to develop their identity after that game, I felt like. So, you got 18 players coming back. You're obviously going to be pretty good, and that's what we're seeing out of North Hall.
Can I just say I thought that was a great game all the way around?
It was.
Because I thought North Hall really outplayed Cherokee Bluff in a lot of facets, but Cherokee Bluff does what good teams do a lot of times when they're getting outplayed just on a snap-to-snap basis, which was Cherokee Bluff made some big plays to keep that a ball game for probably longer than it should have been. Because, first off, I was pretty impressed with Cooper Dean, the quarterback for Cherokee Bluff.
He's big. If you're down on the field, he's a big kid.
He's a big guy.
I didn't know he was that big.
And he's got a big arm. He made 2 touchdown throws that were both phenomenal throws. One on the flea flicker, which was a great call for Cherokee Bluff right after a North Hall turnover. Corner was beat. That's still a ball that we see a lot of high school quarterbacks miss on. And, man, he couldn't have hit him in better stride. I mean, you could throw that ball 100 times and not hit that receiver in better stride than he did. Then he had the one on the corner route that I thought was good. So I thought both teams played really well. But, Walker, to something you talked about earlier, a team I was impressed with last week, getting beyond that North Hall Cherokee Bluff game, another team I was impressed with, Jackson County. And they did not have one of the dominant wins of the night, but I think when you take into consideration the circumstances of that game, coming off of the heels of the Jefferson game, which a heartbreaking loss for Jackson County that they invested a lot emotionally into that game, and how much of a physical drain that game was, because we know how physical Jefferson is. To come off of that, hit the road, go to Gwinnett County, play a 6A school in Decula, who I think is improved over what they were last year, fall down early, and then come back to win. The Panthers showed me a lot last week with that one.
I've been on them all year. I'm going to go back to that Jefferson game. They'll tell you they should have won that game because they overthrew twice 2 open receivers. They would have had a 14-0 lead, or at least a 14-3 lead in the first half. They'll probably tell you we should have won that game.
I absolutely will tell you that.
And they should, because honestly, they not only did they match Jefferson. I mean, if I'm looking, I'm not going to say they gave it away. They did not take advantage of the opportunities. That's a game they probably would tell you they should have won. So that right there, I'm not surprised that they went and beat Decula.
Well, guys, we want folks out there listening today to be a part of the show. 770-535-2911, M&R Rental Talk and text line. Give us a shout. Text us as well if you got something on your mind you want to share with us. Let us know, as we want to hear from you today. Coming up on the show, the Red Zone. Jeff has the question today, and 2 of them are very interesting, thought-provoking questions.
I got to say, too, before we head to break, before we wrap up this first segment, can we all wish a big happy birthday to our lovely host, Bo Wilson?
Thank you.
Have you hit 50 yet?
No, shut up, Jeff.
Nice.
We're burning. Wait, hang on. We're burning 45 candles today. We've got a lovely celebratory image of our own Bo Wilson on the stream as well.
I do appreciate that.
Have you seen this, Bo? Can you see it?
No, I've not seen it, and they, oh God, way back.
Let me see.
How about the sideburns there?
You got folks. We love the WDUN radio listeners, but you should check out the video stream from time to time on YouTube.
Is that the one where he was interviewing the guy after the guy? I love that clip.
Absolutely,
love that clip.
Who did that? Was that you? Well played. Well done. And just know, I'll get you back.
Oh, he will. All
right, guys.
Thanks to our producer, Avery Bryson.
Thanks, Avery.
Good job, Avery.
By the way, Red Zone, we got a special guest coming up, too, as our picker.
Ooh, can't wait.
That's always fun. Make sure you stay tuned for that, as he'll be in-house. You'll want to see if he's wearing a tie or a jacket when he comes in.
Ooh.
We doubt it. But
if he is, it won't stay on long.
Well, don't give it away.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, we don't know anything. Probably won't.
Don't give it away.
Probably won't.
Don't give it away. All right, Red Zone coming up next as the Pick'em Show continues right here on WDUN.
It's almost fall, y'all, and a great time to think about leaf peeping. Hi, it's Anita from Travel with Anita and Friends, and I have several places to share, both near and far, for a colorful fall this year. Join me Saturday at 1 on WDUN. Always here, always local.
Want to save on your energy and water bill? Conditioned Air Systems is here to make sure your home stays cool, comfortable, and dry. As the seasons change, regular HVAC maintenance lowers your monthly cost. Or need reliable plumbing services like repairs, installation, or septic line work? With over 45 years serving Northeast Georgia, Conditioned Air Systems has got you covered. Give us a call at 1-800-AC-REPAIR.
The guys on the gridiron wouldn't think of showing up on game day in a dirty uniform, so why show up in a dirty car? Prep for the game at Extreme Clean Auto Spa and play defense against paint damage with their ceramic glaze products. Extreme Clean also has vacuums to keep the inside looking great too. With a monthly membership, you can wash once a day, every day. Be game day ready with veteran-owned Extreme Clean Auto Spa on White Sulphur Road, or use their touchless system on Brownsbridge Road. Doesn't your car deserve the best?
I've been thinking a lot lately about the word contentment. I see a lot of people who are trying to find contentment. God's Word has a lot to say about contentment. Psalm 17:15 says, "But for me, my contentment is not in wealth, but it is in seeing you and knowing all is well between us. And when I awake in heaven, I will be fully satisfied, for I will see you face to face." True contentment comes from knowing Jesus Christ as our Lord and Savior. John 3:16 says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believed in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life." This is Mike Martin from Milton Martin Toyota, the oldest Toyota dealership in Georgia. Visit us at miltonmartintoyota.com or exit 17 off 985. We're ready to serve you.
Hey, Daddy, what's in a crawl space?
That's a good question, Annie. I'm Cody Lovin with Crawl Space Medic. Musty smells, dampness, and sagging insulation means your crawl space or basement might need some attention. Our team quickly finds and fixes moisture problems, updates moisture barriers, and resolves structural issues, ensuring your home stays dry and comfortable. Don't let your crawl space problems affect your comfort, air quality, or property value. Visit crawlspacemedic.com.
A healthy home starts from the ground up.
Always here, always local.
From the Access WDUN Hardy Chevrolet Newsroom, today marks 1 year since 2 students and 2 teachers were killed at Appalachia High School. Details online at Access WDUN and coming up on North Georgia's News Talk.
It's your weekly dose of good information and bad guesses. It's the Pick'em Show, presented by M&R Equipment Rental and Sales on AM 550 and FM 102.9 WDUN and on YouTube at Access WDUN Sports.
Welcome back to the show.
Well, if that was a pit stop, we're 3 laps behind. That was awful. That was terrible.
Well, we had to change all 4 tires and
that was terrible.
get some Sunoco fuel.
Terrible.
Get
That
some
was
coffee. Get
terrible.
some water. Yeah, that was bad. Hey, guys, Jeff, are you ready? Because
I'm ready.
It's time for the Red Zone.
Hit it. Hang on.
Almost there. It's coming.
There we go.
Chance to prove who has the brains behind the mic. It's the Red Zone Challenge.
All right, guys, here we go. A little bit of lean in on the first question. So,
Just a little.
Georgia High School Football Daily, Maxwell ratings, they did a projection all the way out to the playoffs based on what's going on already.
Yeah.
So this is the team. Right now, this team sits in 21st in the power ratings in Class A Division I. But Rabun County, our very own Rabun County, projected to be the number 1 seed when the playoffs hit for Class A Division I. They're going to, they got a hill to climb to get there, but I would not necessarily dispute that. So, what other teams in our area, last year Jefferson was the number 1 overall seed, what other teams in our area do you feel potentially could go into the playoffs as the team to beat / number 1 overall seed in their respective classifications?
You went with that one first. Okay.
Well, do we have an order here?
No.
I'm going to start with Jefferson. I think we could have some competition, frankly, within Northeast Georgia for the number 1 spot in 3A because I think Jefferson and North Hall could both vie for that spot because you look at North Hall, they've already got wins over Wesleyan and Cherokee Bluff. I think both of those teams are going to finish very highly in their, I know Wesleyan's in the private school thing. So I think North Hall, then I think Jefferson, they're going to be right there for it as well. But to me, the Dragons, their defense is so dominant. It's just, as I look at the rest of their schedule, I know Cherokee Bluff is good. I think Cherokee Bluff can give them a fight. I don't know if there's anybody else, though, on that schedule that can, though, to be frank.
Calhoun's not number 1 right now. They're ranked. They're second.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, if you go 10-0, you've got a very good odds of getting in because even though they try to factor in strength of schedule, it does rely mostly off of just your overall record. So,
what do you got, Bo?
So you're going to give strength of schedule. If
now,
you're
this could be anybody, 6A down. It could be anybody.
And you said area teams, though, right?
Yes, area teams. But it could be 6A all the way down.
I don't mind jumping in here, Bo, while you think about that.
Go ahead.
I'll take the other side of Caleb's argument with North Hall because you look at what North Hall has done. They made a quarterfinal run last year, returned everybody. Ty Kemp is taking the top off every defense they go up against. You've got Alex Schleeman and Smith McGarvey who are playing both great. McGarvey obviously running the show right now at quarterback, but I'd love to have Schliemann on my team if I was anybody else.
Well, actually, it's the other way around. It's the other way around right now.
Oh yeah, sorry, other way around. Yeah. See, I get them mixed up. Schliemann playing extremely well. I'd love to have McGarvey on my team if I was anybody else in Northeast Georgia. So I think North Hall. You mentioned going 10-0. 6-3 is no slouch. So I mean, I agree. Jefferson probably, if they go 10-0, gets the number 1 seed, but I think North Hall is definitely a team to beat in 3A.
Well, and don't worry, I will definitely make North Hall fans happy with my answer to another one of these questions in just a minute.
Bo, what do you got? What do you think, Bo?
I don't know. North Hall is going to get a boost from that Cherokee Bluff win in the power rankings. So
I think so.
Whenever that happens, ever how that goes, I mean, yeah, you could say they're going to be 10-0. Look, I'm going to go, because this might be an obvious pick, but I really think, and it's going to come down to one game, but my belief is Gainesville could be that team.
Interesting.
And you look at Gainesville and how they're playing right now. They're playing really well. Run game, passing game, defense looks good. Granted, they've got Milton on the schedule coming up. Is it at Milton?
No,
yes.
it's at home. No,
I think it's at Milton.
Is it at Milton this year?
At Milton.
It's
at Milton this year.
Yeah,
so that's going to be kind of the X factor in maybe that. But regardless, even if they play them close, they could still be considered a team to beat going into the playoffs.
Am I allowed to answer my own question?
No.
Sure, go for it.
No.
How about Buford?
I was about to bring up
Buford
something with that.
Buford is 6A. I mean, they don't use the power rankings. 5A does not use power rankings.
Next year.
But I think Buford could be a team that by the season's end, they get Mill Creek, they get Collins Hill, they've already beaten Milton. They've got, I think, Douglas County coming up. If they roll through that schedule, I think they could be. If they went by power rank, I think Buford actually could be the team to beat.
I'm gonna throw this to your point, by the way.
Okay.
Just looking at the rest of 6A, Grayson defending champs. They've been kind of unanimous number 1 in the media polls.
Lost their quarterback.
They just lost their quarterback. And Douglas County's the number 3. Buford's number 2. Douglas County's number 3 in the media polls.
Next week.
Douglas County comes to Philip Beard Stadium next week. So you're right, Jeff. By the time we get to this time next week, depending on how Grayson looks with the new quarterback, you could be looking at Buford already as the favorite in 6A.
When I saw that about Rabin, I was like, ooh, interesting. I mean, that's the way too early. Playoff, way too early. Playoff, but it was kind of interesting.
Well, the Grayson quarterback injury tells you all you need to know. A lot can happen to anybody.
That's a balance of power change right there. That one loss.
It could happen to anyone.
Yeah. Here's the second question. So, when we got to the 2024 season, Ty Truelove was the leading passer returning yardage wise, and so we know what we think we're going to get with him at Rabin this year. So Kareem Hewley was a returning passing yardage leader this year coming into the season. So based on the first 3 weeks of the season, who will lead the area in passing by season's end?
Do you know how many yards Truelove has right now?
I do.
I think maybe like 200 or 300 yards.
Okay. 377
there you go.
Through 2 games, which is pretty good. But I'll tell you my pick.
We've got so many guys.
I'll tell you my pick. I'm going to go with Alex Schliemann. And that might sound like a weird pick given that North Hall tends to run a 2-quarterback system, but to what you guys brought up earlier, we've been seeing them relying more on Schliemann, using McGarvey more as a change of pace runner and then using him in other slots in the offense. Schliemann's been the passer primarily for North Hall. And through 2 games against what might be the 2 best defenses they see in the regular season, could be wrong on that, but there's a good chance they've already seen the 2 best defenses they'll see in the regular season. 505 yards through 2 games. He's averaging over 250 a game passing against 2 pretty good defenses. So my pick's going to be Alex Schliemann. I think if he can stay healthy and can continue doing what he's doing, I think he's got maybe potentially some of his bigger yardage outputs ahead of him.
That puts him 4th, I believe, in the area with quarterbacks. I think it's going to be Kareem Hewley. I mean, he's at 587 right now, and I know that's through 3 games. And you look at 505 for Schliemann, but and I agree 100% with you, Caleb, on Schliemann. He could be that guy at the end of the season that leads the area in rush. I think Kareem has a good shot. Walker.
I'm going to go Ty Truelove, though. He's healthy this year. He's only played 2 games this year, and those 2 games were against a White County team that they didn't have to throw the football against, a Fannin County team that they didn't have to throw the football against. Now they're coming off a bye week, first trip on the road to Dalton. Dalton, much heavier on the front seven. He's going to throw the ball this week. So let's see what Ty Truelove does. I think he's going to have himself a night this week, throwing the ball all over the field. He's got so many weapons. Ty Truelove's got to be the favorite because of who they play and how they play.
All right, guys. Well, let's get to the big question. The secret question. Okay,
so
my
secret,
computer
you
just
can't
went
find
crazy. My computer just went crazy.
He hid it away.
Oh my gosh! So now I got to go to my phone.
You don't remember
that? It really is a mystery question.
So after Alabama's embarrassing bad opening week loss to Florida State last week, if Kalen DeBoer wasn't on the hot seat before, his chair's scorching hot right now. But there were several other college coaches that were on the hot seat coming into the season. A few more probably were added to that list last week. Who will get the first axe in college football? And does anybody want to predict when it will happen?
Oh, man.
Hey, there's a bus
It won't be Kalen DeBoer.
I agree with Walker on that.
I can guarantee Kalen DeBoer is not going to be the guy. $67 million buyout. Alabama's not.
That's a chunk even for Alabama.
They're not going to do that.
You've stumped me.
I think it's probably going to be somebody off the radar. It's going to be a lower tier team that we're not thinking of. I don't see any big name.
Wow.
His buyout is probably outstanding too. I don't think it's going to be him. I think it's going to be somebody that nobody really.
What about Luke Fickell? Things have not been going well there at Wisconsin since he took over. Is he potentially on the hot seat? Because if they go down to Alabama and get smacked by a team that just got their coaches on the hot seat, I think Fickell could be in some trouble.
I would say so, but gosh, this is a hard question.
Lincoln Riley at USC.
I think Lincoln Riley's one of the best. That's one.
4 or more losses this year, I think. Yes.
I think Bama though steps up their money game, and I think they get rid of DeBoer.
From your lips to God's ears, I did not like him right from the beginning.
If they beat Georgia in 4 weeks, nobody will even remember this.
If he doesn't right the ship.
No, they won't.
All right, guys, coming up next, East Jackson quarterback Drew Richardson after the break. We'll talk to him a little bit as the Pick'em Show continues here next on WDUN.
Need a dumpster fast? Need a mobile storage unit or office for your job site? American has you covered. From small home cleanouts to large commercial jobs to industrial waste management, American offers roll-off dumpsters in all sizes. They also offer recycling dumpsters that can actually pay you money. American is committed to providing unmatched customer service at a competitive price with same-day service from 5131 or visit ameri-canga.net.
Should you make your trust the beneficiary of your IRA? So many say you shouldn't, but we say you should. This is Kevin Tharp, elder law and estate planning attorney, and if you want your IRA to be protected for your surviving spouse, children, or family, then you should leave it to them at your death through a trust. For more information, go to my website, kevintharp.com.
Coming up on week 4 of Friday Game Night on AM 550, Buford hosts Rosewell. On FM 102.9, Chestatee hosts East Forsyth. And on 94.5 FM The Lake, East Hall hosts North Hall. It all starts at 6 with the Prep Tailgate Show, presented by Conditioned Air Systems on your home of Friday Game Night. WDUN Gainesville, WDUN FM Clarksville, Gainesville. Always here, always local.
It's 6:30.
Hey, Walker.
Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker says the president is trying to create unrest to deploy the Guard.
Part of their kind of nefarious plan is begin with ICE, cause mayhem on the ground, and by doing that, say that there's a need for military troops on the ground to protect ICE.
A drug boat off the coast of America is listening to Fox News.
Always here, always local.
WDUN. From the Access Chevrolet Newsroom, I'm William Daughtry. Colin Gray, the father of the alleged Appalachia High School shooter, has had his rescheduled trial date set. According to Barrow County Superior Court records, the trial date originally scheduled for September 8th has been moved to February 9th of next year. The rescheduled trial date was set on Tuesday. A man was found dead this morning near the scene of a Buford house fire. Gwinnett County Fire and Emergency Services officials said the fire was at a two-story home on North Bogan Road just before 7 a.m. When fire crews arrived, they reportedly found a man in the woods holding a shotgun. Fire crews called Gwinnett police, who then arrived and set up a perimeter. By the time fire crews put out the blaze, a neighbor called saying the man was dead on their property. Police said he died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. And Georgia lawmakers are already discussing how to regulate artificial intelligence when it comes to your health care. GNN's Katie Gray reports.
Industry advocates say that AI is revolutionizing the healthcare sector, offering faster and more accurate results, improved access to care, and reduced administrative burdens. Lawmakers have introduced legislation such as HB 887 and HB 147.
Otherwise partly cloudy. By early Friday, lows in the 60s. And then for Friday, lots of sunshine, and it's going to heat up to 90 degrees. From the Access WDUN Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Holly Strano.
It's 84 degrees in Arcade, 83 in Ellijay, and 85 in Gainesville. From North Georgia's News Talk, AM 550 and FM 102.9 WDUN.
They say it's hard to find things that are built to last. That may be true for some things, but not for metal roofing from Dawsonville Metal. Metal roofing can last up to 50 years. Now that's quite an improvement from traditional asphalt shingles. But more than durable, metal roofing from Dawsonville Metal is also fire and impact resistant. Plus you get all the quality and durability for about the same cost as a shingled roof. Talk to Justin Odom at Dawsonville Metal Products at 706-265-3099 or log on to DawsonvilleMetal.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost, month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-274-5104 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-274-5104. That's 800-274-5104. What do you have to lose? Call 800-274-5104. Again, 800-274-5104.
Want to see what four guys talking football in a tiny room look like? Head to Access WDUN Sports on YouTube. It's the Pick'em Show, presented by M&R Equipment Rental and Sales on AM 550 and FM 102.9 WDUN.
Week 4 Pick'em Show right here on WDUN, Facebook Live and YouTube. Want to be part of the show? 770-535-2911. The M&R Rentals talking text line. By the way, the Pick'em Show presented by M&R Rentals and Sales.
By the way, Bo.
What's your by the way?
Tonight is the first time since we started the season that here in Gainesville the sun is setting before we get off the air at 8 o'clock.
Beautiful.
Wow.
It's getting earlier all the time. The reason I say that is it won't be too many more weeks, and the sun will be down before the games kick off.
I know, and I hate that.
Why do you hate that?
Because I hate the time change. The time change is just terrible.
But games kicking off when it's dark out is
dusky.
That's where it's at.
Oh,
I love that.
I do love that. The starting out in daylight is just kind of
weird.
to me.
It's weird.
I'm okay with that in baseball, but
I don't
football,
know, man.
I don't know.
I kind of like it. Like, I like the the fact that the days are longer, I guess. That's what I'm hooked on. But I do like it when it
I
gets
do like
cooler.
longer days.
Especially this weekend because it's going to be 91 degrees tomorrow, right?
Is it really?
It's going to be hot tomorrow.
It's going to be really
going
hot
back up
tomorrow,
again,
yeah.
huh?
Yeah,
So
it's
I'm
going
showing a
No
high.
more-
I'm showing a high of 86.
So no
tomorrow.
more
Okay.
San Diego weather.
So 86. So the Weather Channel's being.
Well, it's
nice
going to go
you.
back down again after Saturday. It's supposed to dip back down again.
Love it.
I love it too. Bring
Hey,
on fall.
We hope to get East Jackson quarterback Drew Richardson here on the air with us in just a few moments, so we can just talk to him. He's had a very good start to the season.
Yeah, and you know, so there East Jackson's in Region 8-2A. There are two. That region is 12-5. Two teams are 3-0, and none of those 3-0 teams are Stevens, Prince Avenue, or Hebron Christian. That in itself is quite interesting.
That's why this non-region is so critical for East Jackson.
Absolutely,
including this week. Their strength of schedule right now, if you look at the power rating, is not very strong. That's why, even though they're unbeaten, they're like 14th, I think, in the public schools in AA right now. But I think they need to go perfect in this non-region slate because it's so hard. And have you seen what Franklin County's been doing? Like, they're not going to be a pushover.
No.
And you've got Prince Avenue Christian, Hebron Christian. I know that Stevens County and Hart County are down a little bit from their normal expectations.
Yeah, but they're both
still
2-1.
They're still going to be tough, and so I think Walker for East Jackson, it's going to be such a tough haul when you get into region play that I think they need to be racking up these wins now, and I think there's a potential there that if they can do that, get through non-region unscathed, they may already have a playoff spot booked up just from a power rating standpoint by the time they even have to go play Hebron and Prince Avenue.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting ready to play a White County team this week that we saw that they have a defense that can slow down offenses. They slowed down Habersham Central last week, only held them to 17 points. And then you turn around a couple weeks later and play East Hall, a team that can rack up points like not many teams can. So I agree with you, Caleb. I think that East Jackson non-region schedule is crucial because 8-2A is going to be one of the toughest regions to try and get through without bobbling your way through.
Well, last year they lost to White and beat East Hall. So, you know, it's interesting. Of course, they lost to Winder last year, but beat Winder this year. Two of the teams they beat were higher classification teams. So, you know, they're getting some points in the playoff ranking thing.
So they went up very quickly against Dawson last week, 23-0. Word from that game is the jet sweep got the Dawson defense 3 times, matter of fact. And so East Jackson offense is running somewhat well. Dawson kind of settled down a little bit, got back in the game within a touchdown in that one. I think East Jackson's going to win easy this Friday or tomorrow. White County's really struggling.
They are.
And the way East Jackson is playing and the way
Giving
they're
up
operating.
a pick now already? It's not even 7:30
Well, I didn't
yet.
say I was picking East Jackson, but I think
You
I
said they
will
were going to win
now.
easily. That sounds
Look,
like a pick.
Can we get you with some Eagle wings this week, Bo?
Here's the other thing in that region. Prince and Hebron both have new coaches. Stevens lost a lot of people. I mean, it might be a little premature to say that, you know, they could be they could have a shot at the region title. You know, that's considering, you know, how long it's taken East Jackson to kind of climb back up the ladder. That might be a tall ask, but, you know, when you look at the other teams in the region right now.
Well, I brought this up on the Hardy Chevrolet scoreboard show a couple of years back. We don't talk enough about the job Cameron Pettis has done at East Jackson as a program build.
Longevity.
And
they stuck with him.
And what they have got now is a program that is so different perception-wise than what it was when he took it over. They were one of the worst programs in North Georgia for a long, long time. And Cameron
a lot
Pettis,
of coaching changes.
And Cameron Pettis has gone in there. Are they a team that people expect to compete for a state championship? No. I don't think they were ever going to be that, but what he's built them into is a program that nobody really wants to play because everybody knows how physical they are, and they're always a team that people expect to be in the conversations for a playoff spot. And that's so – yeah, go ahead, Walker.
I was going to say not only that, but, you know, you get these kids, the Drew Richardsons and this entire senior class, they've played with each other since they were in Pee Wee ball.
Oh, yeah.
So keeping them in the system in the midst of all the transfers that we get every single year from school to school to school, East Jackson's kept their crew together, and I think that's why you're seeing the success under Cameron Pettis. Drew Richardson in this senior class has stuck with Cameron Pettis the entire time, and you're starting to see the fruits of that labor.
And they have an identity.
Yeah, and how close were they to actually advancing in the playoffs last? I mean,
Very.
52-49 against Morgan County. I think most people thought that was going to be a romp. They should have won that game.
If I'm a struggling program in Northeast Georgia, I'm looking at what Cameron Pettis has done at Jackson County, and I'm saying that's got to be
East Jackson.
East Jackson, and I'm saying that I'm looking at that as maybe a potential model for if you're a program that you're probably not going to just overnight shoot into state championship contention. What do you want to be? Because I'd rather be East Jackson than what East Jackson was 7 years ago.
Yes.
Look, it's all about, I said it a moment ago, longevity, but it's all about building the program, making your program vertical, as a head coach would tell you. And vertical means from high school to middle school to park and rec. And if you can make that program that way, I think Cam Pettis has put, the drive and the energy into saying, look, I'm going to be here for a while, so why can't we win?
Right.
And I think he's done a good job of that.
He was when he took over, he was the 5th coach in 8 years. Now, Christian Honeycutt, our good buddy that coaches the offensive line over at Gainesville High School, he had a good season that 1 year.
Yeah.
Coming out of Grayson, and he knows how to build a winner. But then he ends up at Gainesville, so it's. But I love what Cameron's. Coach Pettis has always been one of our favorites that we talk to when we get a chance, and I agree. What he's done over there is I don't know if remarkable is the right word, because I think he's squeezing everything he can get out of that program.
Well, I think we're having some issues getting a hold of Drew. Maybe we can get him on a show later on. But let's kind of transition to another team that has maybe played beyond our expectations. We talked about them a few times on the show, Flowery Branch. I mean, they have a game with Hart County.
We're going there again?
We have a game
every week.
They have a game with Hart County this week, and Hart County and Lumpkin, very close battle. And if Flowery Branch can get this win, they're going to start 3-1 this season. And I think a 3-1 that maybe before Brett Sturm came along, I don't want to put all of it on Brett Sturm.
Put a lot of it.
We could put a lot on him.
I put a lot of it on Michael Perry.
Michael
also,
Perry,
offensive system.
Michael Perry bringing in a system of not just the air raid system, but Griffin Harper.
Right,
the kid's running all over the place.
He's won everywhere he's been. Perry has. He took Union County that won a playoff game. It's I like what they're doing. Walker.
Yeah, I agree. I think Flowery Branch is a team that, and I think we said it last week, that they've kind of exceeded expectations. We knew Michael Perry was going to get Flowery Branch going in the right direction, but how quickly he's been able to do that, I think, is a little bit surprising. This Hart County game this week, that's a tough matchup for Flowery Branch. Hart County is gritty. Hart County is physical. They have athletes. They're quick. But, the way that Sturm and Harper are kind of running this offense right now, Bo, I just don't know if the Bulldogs have anything to be able to slow them down.
I think it kind of just weighs on the back of the defense. You look at the defense, and the offense obviously playing well, and the offense is going to run up against somebody, North Oconee maybe, because you've got those teams in that region, at least North Oconee.
Look, Eastside's going to be. That's right out of the gate. That's I think where the
Madison County's not bad.
Yeah, I think they were a quarterfinal
coordinator is at Eastside.
When you look at who
Jason Tester.
Yep.
When you look at who Branch has played, they played Jackson, Habersham, 2 5A teams. They played Forsyth Central, a 6A team. And no offense to Hart, but they're 2A. They've seen numbers and they've seen size. This should be a game they should win, I think.
I go back to what we said earlier about North Hall's offense, about what makes them so difficult to defend. And when I talked to Matt Turner about it, and he said it's the number of ways they can beat you. Flowery Branch has got a lot of ways they can beat you. They've got some good receivers. Griffin Harper's obviously a really good running back who's putting up a lot of numbers. Brett Sturm's what's amazed me the most is how comfortable Brett Sturm has looked in a totally new offense under a totally new coach at a new school with new teammates.
It fits his style.
He just looks so comfortable in a way that you don't expect a guy who hasn't been there long to be. And the fact that he can run. Like when he was at West Hall, I don't think we knew how much of a running ability
For
this
his
guy had.
life.
He was running for his
Well,
life.
that's true, but I mean, he's put up some good plays on the ground at Flowery Branch, and I'll tell you what, if they beat Hart County this week, which I think they got a good chance of doing, I might very soon be owing an apology to Jimmy Lawler, who was because I sat here and said, I don't know that if, I said there's a good chance that they get a lot better and their record doesn't show it because their schedule's tough. Their record might be a lot better than their record last year.
This will be their best start since 2021 if they win on Friday.
Hey, so question. Is Michael Perry a quarterback whisperer?
Could be. Of course, last year, look, they had a tough issue at Union where, their quarterback that he had been expecting and he went down and they had to go to a true freshman, almost like
Kendrick, he lit it up.
So
well, he did. He did. It took him a couple of games. You remember that first game, he really struggled.
I think the one thing I like about Michael Perry is the fact that he doesn't try to push the round peg or the square peg into the round hole.
No.
Because he has developed as a coach from the standpoint of, he was known for the air raid, right? But he went to Union and used the rushing attack to his advantage and developed one of those, and I think he's brought the same thing down here.
Well,
to Flowery
Walker,
Branch.
I think you were about to talk about it a little bit, but I think you do call him a quarterback whisperer and I think if this season keeps going the way it's been going, Walker, I think if they end up being a playoff team this year, this would be, if they end up winning 6+ games or something, this would be his most impressive coaching job yet when you consider it's year one.
Yeah, when you consider year one and where Flowery Branch was last year and the fact that, they didn't really have an identity for the first half of the season, that you kind of found that identity late in the year. They started running the triple option and, trying to pound the ball a little bit, and they found some success there. But to be able to give these Falcons an identity and have them playing hard, fast, physical, and just never quitting, I think that that's completely changed the mindset in Flowery Branch. And I think that, considering it's year one, might be his best quick turnaround.
All right, coming up next on the show, we're going to get to the Darkhorse Dogs. And Jeff Hart's stat of the show as the show continues here next on WDUN.
On the Friday edition of the Martha Zoller Show, we'll talk to Shondell Summer. We'll also talk to Ron Hart and J.B. Simcoe. Join us at 9 on North Georgia's News Talk, WDUN.
While technology has certainly changed the way people do business, it hasn't changed the way we treat our customers. It's Mike Cormier, and at Hardy Chevrolet, we are as committed to excellent customer service as the Hardys were when they started the business here in Gainesville over 4 decades ago. When it's time for a new or used vehicle, remember what Charles Hardy always said.
We love you and we need you.
Together, let's drive. At Hardy Chevrolet, Brownsbridge Road in Gainesville, online at hardychevrolet.com.
David, I can't believe you just called that nice man an egghead.
Are you kidding? That's the biggest compliment I could give him. Any green egg user loves to be known as an egghead.
Then Autry's Ace is the place for eggheads.
Absolutely. Eggheads love our great selection of big green eggs, tables, and accessories. The Big Green Egg is the highest quality, most versatile, and simplest to use ceramic smoker you'll ever own.
Sounds like it's time to get egging.
Come by Autry's Ace Hardware today, Thompson Bridge Road in Gainesville, your hometown hardware store.
Hey, Georgia, let me ask you something. What's the best kind of money? How about instant money? With Quick Win's Instant 50 promotion, you can win a progressive jackpot instantly and win $50 instantly just for playing. Now through September 14th, there will be 2,000 instant winners a week. All you have to do is look for the prize alert on your ticket and listen for this sound.
You're a winner!
If you hear that, it means you won $50 right there on the spot. The Instant 50 promotion starts now and ends September 14th, so hurry and play Quick Win from the Georgia Lottery. Please play responsibly. Always check and sign your ticket.
Hey, Georgia, looking to win a ton of cash? Pick up a scratcher from the Georgia Lottery. You know, there are almost 367,000 scratcher winners a day. That's over 2.3 million winners a week. Just go to your favorite retailer to get your hands on a scratcher today.
Tune in to WSB Channel 2 for your official Georgia Lottery drawing and check out the Players Club at galottery.com.
Fall is planting time in North Georgia. This is Julie from Full Bloom Nursery, and now is the perfect time to plant pansies, perennials, shrubs, and trees. Planting in the fall gives your new plants time to become established without the stress of heat and dry weather. We've got over 4 acres of plants for you to choose from, so come see us for all your fall projects. Our knowledgeable staff will help you pick out the right plant for the right spot. Be sure to like us on Facebook and visit us on the web at fullbloomnursery.com.
Always here, always local.
From the Access WDUN Hardy Chevrolet newsroom, a stolen vehicle was reportedly stopped in front of the Outlet Mall in Dawson County after entering from Lumpkin County Thursday. Details at Access WDUN and coming up on North Georgia's News Talk.
Streaming online at accesswdun.com. Video streaming on YouTube at Access WDUN Sports. And on air at AM 550 and FM 102.9. It's the Pick'em Show on North Georgia's News Talk.
Week 4, the eve of Week 4, the eve of high school football, and we're getting you ready. Caleb will get you more ready tomorrow about just after 6 with a tailgate show right here on WDUN and over on 94.5 FM The Lake. By the way, 3 games, Rosewell at Buford on 550, East Forsyth at Chestatee 102.9, and North Hall, East Hall on 94.5 The Lake.
3 great games.
3 great games.
I really think so. And, hey, finally we get to celebrate no Thursday game.
No Thursday.
No Saturday game.
No Saturdays.
4 weeks into this, and we've had a Thursday game every week.
All Friday. Hey, guys, it's now time to get to the Darkhorse Dogs.
The underdogs are barking. Can they cover? Will they push, or will they pull off the upset? One bold pick could flip the standings. Let's find out who has the guts to ride with the Darkhorse Dogs.
Let's take a look at the standings, guys. Bo still out in front with 17 points. Jeff and myself tied at 13 points. Caleb is at 12 points, so still
it's a tight race.
I'm still protesting that Jackson County. I know I covered, but they should get the win. That's the closest they've ever played Jefferson in their life.
Before we make our picks, can we hear Avery, our producer, the real Darkhorse Dogs intro, just so we all get in the spirit properly?
Darkhorse Dogs.
No, there we go.
Thank you, Avery. I appreciate that. Bo ran the randomizer this week. He rolled the names 15 times, he says, and the order is going to be myself, Bo, Caleb, and Jeff. I am going to take the no doubter off the board in my mind, Chestatee plus 14.
I hate you.
Chestatee plus 14 at home against East Forsyth.
That's
a no-brainer?
East Forsyth's been in a lot of close games. Chestatee likes to play in close games. They like to shorten the game. 14 points is just a lot of points. I don't know that Chestatee wins, but I definitely think they cover.
Not hinting on his pick there.
All right, Bo, it's up to you now. That was not on my board, by the way, so I'm still
Mine
alive.
neither.
It was Bo's number 1, apparently.
Oh, this was tough. Give me
a lot of choices out there.
I tell you what, give me Murray County. I'll go with it.
That's a good one.
Dang
I'll go with it.
That was
Murray
mine.
County is a 3-touchdown underdog at home against Union County.
I'll take it.
That was mine. 2 teams that are struggling.
I'm either going to struggle bad here or, hey, 21 points to my favorite.
I'm going private school here. Windsor Academy plus 23 at home against Lakeview. Lions have not looked great so far this year, and they got to go down. That's in Milledgeville, is that right, where Windsor is? Where's Windsor Academy?
Yeah, you are correct.
So, long road trip. Give me Windsor plus 23.
It's a terrible ride.
This is a conspiracy. I'm last, and y'all took all of the ones I was looking at.
Oh, you're last, Jeff.
You didn't have mine on the board, you said.
There's one I considered, Jeff, that hasn't been taken yet.
I mean, Bethlehem Christian is not. They're not the Bethlehem Christian of a couple years ago, and Riverside not playing bad. Plus 39. I don't know if they'll win the game.
Do it.
I got Johnson at plus 20. It's intriguing, I have to say. Johnson against West Hall. I don't know what we're going to get in that game.
Do it.
Oh,
Hurry.
my goodness.
We're running out of time.
I don't know.
Do it.
Do
it.
Make a pick or we're not going to have time for your status.
Oh, my God. I don't know.
RPA.
Do we have some Jeopardy music?
I tell you what. Give me
radio.
Johnson plus 20. I'm going to go with Johnson plus 20. Give it to me.
I tell you what. All right. So there's
It's great radio, just Jeff going,
All right, Jeff.
That was hard.
Let's roll
Let's
Jeff
cue
Hart.
Let's cue up Jeff Hart's stat of the show.
Yeah.
We should have done that before.
It's Jeff Hart's interesting stat of the show.
What'd y'all do? Speed it up or something? That was
that's
like
the same it's always been.
that was pretty high
And
pitched there. I
you
don't
got
think
what?
it.
We
So
should put
okay,
some circus
so
music behind this.
so in this, by the way, I'm sitting around and I had an idea, and then Jody Kinney, our
the
buddy,
great
like
Jody
6:50 in the morning, like he was up playing with that abacus pretty early in the
Mm-hmm.
morning, for his job. He does stats and ads and
With his sword and Trojan shield.
yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But he convinced me. I started reading this. So this is by Jody Kinney. I loved it, though. It's a great stat. 68 years of football, North Hall has scored more than 63 points only 6 times. 4 of those against, you guessed it, East Hall. 2007, 16, 18, and 22. So very recent phenomenons. They've been piling up the points on the Vikings. And only 2016, though, according to Jody, was at the Brickyard. So an interesting factoid. I mean, this is all.
Factoid.
I know there's a lot of numbers here, but
Factoid.
it's interesting.
That's why we call it Jeff Hart stats of the show.
Christmas, Pender, and Bishop each had the highest scoring output of their coaching tenure against East Hall.
Is anybody keeping a tally on the number of
I don't know.
stats of the show?
But it was pretty
Actually,
good.
he called
Well,
that one a
look, I think this
factoid.
is going to be a great game. I think it could be.
If North Hall scores as many points as Jeff Hart has stats of the show, then they'll be in good shape tomorrow.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Any more, Jeff?
But here's the real
here
stat.
we go. Got some
Oh, the real
There's
stats
only,
coming.
yeah,
now.
Real
there's
one's
only
coming.
one team in Hall County that North Hall oh my God, hang on a second. Okay, they've won 15 straight. East Hall is the only Hall County school with a winning record against
Can
North
we
Hall.
rewind this whole segment?
With East Hall is the only Hall County program that has a winning record against North Hall.
The only one.
And East Hall's lost
Gainesville doesn't?
Hall County.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
But
Gainesville's
here's
not
the
Hall
deal. Are
County.
you ready? And North Hall's won 15 in a row, and East Hall still has a winning record.
All right, look, question of the day. Who will be the area's leading passer by season's end? 770-535-2911. Join the show with us today as it continues. Here next on WDUN.
Whether it's on the football field or planning for retirement, it's important to have the right team around you to succeed. I'm Alex Schliman, quarterback for the North Hall Trojans. While I'm not throwing touchdowns, my family is assisting clients with their financial planning needs. Are you looking to retire soon? Receiving an inheritance? Selling a business? Or simply have questions about the market? The team at Sullivan & Schliman Wealth Management is here to help. Reach out to us to make sure you and your family are surrounded by a winning team. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor, member FINRA and SIPC.
Are you frustrated with your contacts? Have your glasses become more of a burden? Well, don't suffer. Hi, this is Kim. Here at Advanced Eye Center, we offer all laser LASIK to free your eyes. When you consider not only the amount of money you pay for all of that eye gear, but also the amount of time you spend handling contacts, glasses, cases, solution, and eye drops, how can you not afford to have LASIK? Invest in you. Save your money, save your time at Advanced Eye Center. Vision correction for all ages.
WDUN Gainesville, WDUN FM Clarksville, Gainesville. Always here, always local.
It's 7 o'clock.
A contentious hearing on Capitol Hill. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. As lawmakers raise questions about the ouster of the head of the CDC, Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. appears before a Senate panel.
Senator John Barrasso, the number 2 Senate Republican and a doctor himself, says he's grown concerned with Secretary Kennedy after the recent firing of the CDC director and the questioning of mRNA vaccines by the National Institutes of Health.
If we're going to make America healthy again, we can't allow public health to be undermined.
Kennedy telling the Senate Finance Committee the reason for the now former CDC director Susan Manara's dismissal was because he couldn't trust her. Menares says it was because of disagreements over vaccine policy. The secretary also touting the administration's efforts to make America healthy again, which includes removing dyes from foods.
Fox's Ryan Schmelz on Capitol Hill. The National Guard is extending its deployment in Washington, D.C. through November 30th. This comes as the D.C. Attorney General files a lawsuit against the Trump administration, arguing the deployment is an illegal military operation. An executive order to be signed by President Trump tomorrow, Fox News Digital has learned, that will restore the name of the Department of Defense to the Department of War.
That is something that Congress needs to get involved with. So part of this order is ordering the Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth to propose a legislative solution to make the change permanent.
Fox's Peter Doocy at the White House. The president and Secretary Hegseth have both indicated recently that they wanted to change the name. An appeals court has stopped a lower court order to wind down operations at the detention center in Florida known as Alligator Alcatraz. A separate federal appeals court has rejected a bid by the Trump administration to lift a judge's order barring it from refusing to issue passports to transgender and non-binary Americans that reflect their gender identities. America is listening to Fox News.
Always here, always local.
WDUN. From the Access WDUN Hardy Chevrolet Newsroom, I'm William Daughtry. A 17-year-old was arrested in Jackson County Thursday morning after a traffic stop led to deputies finding drugs. According to a Facebook post from the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, Christopher Isaac Perez was arrested in East Jackson on various drug and firearm possession charges. Minimal details were released, but in a Facebook post, the department shared what they seized from Perez, and it was enough to warrant intent to distribute additions to the drug charges. U.S. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. faced bipartisan questioning in a 3-hour Senate committee hearing on Thursday. Both Democratic U.S. Senators for Georgia, John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock, took the day to call for Kennedy's resignation.
You are a hazard to the health of the American people. I think that you ought to resign. And if you don't resign, the President of the United States, who put forward Operation Warp Speed, which worked, should fire you.
That was Warnock speaking at the hearing, which comes after the CDC's director was ousted and measles cases have begun to rise. Ossoff spoke at a press conference. Concerns were reportedly raised by Republican senators as well, including North Carolina's Tom Tillis, Wyoming's John Barrasso, and Louisiana's Bill Cassidy. A stolen vehicle was reportedly stopped in front of the Outlet Mall in Dawson County after entering from Lumpkin County. According to the Dawson County Sheriff's Office, deputies were alerted by flock cameras Thursday afternoon of the vehicle entering the county on Georgia 400. They located the vehicle and conducted a felony stop. The passenger allegedly refused to exit the vehicle at first, but deputies were able to get them out eventually. Both the driver and passenger were taken into custody without incident. And a new trial date has been set for the father of the alleged Appalachia High School shooter. WDUN's Caleb Hutchins reports.
According to Barrow County Superior Court records, Colin Gray's trial date, originally scheduled for September 8th, has been moved to February 9th of next year. The rescheduled trial date was set on Tuesday. Gray is accused of allowing his son, Colt Gray, access to the weapon that he allegedly used in the September 4th, 2024 shooting that took the lives of 4 people and injured 9 others. A jury will still be imported from Hall County.
There's more news at Access WDUN. Now here's your Access WDUN forecast.
Hi, North Georgia. With the exception of a stray shower or storm, looks like a mix of clouds and sunshine as we continue through the afternoon. We are in the middle 80s for highs and even an isolated shower or storm possible this evening. From the Access WDUN Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Holly Strano.
Thanks, Holly. It's 78 degrees in Flowery Branch and Mount Airy and 81 here at our downtown studio in Gainesville. From North Georgia's News Talk AM 550 and FM 102.9 WDUN.
At M&R Rental and Equipment, we're not just about renting out top-notch tools and machinery. We're also your trusted partner for all your equipment maintenance needs. From small power tools to large heavy-duty machinery, our team of certified professionals are trained to keep them in peak condition. And with our affordable maintenance packages, you can focus on what you do best, creating, building, and achieving. Visit mnrrental.com for more information. M&R Rental and Equipment, building your projects, supporting your success.
Hey there, it's Cody Lovin, owner of Crawlspace Medic. Is your crawl space giving you trouble? Maybe it's moisture, structural issues, or even foul odors? Don't worry, my team and I, we've seen it all. At Crawlspace Medic, we specialize in crawl space repairs, encapsulations, and basement waterproofing, ensuring your home's foundation stays solid and protected. We're all about delivering top-notch service you can trust with solutions that last. Give me a call at 706-410-2400 or visit crawlspacemedic.com for a free evaluation.
Would you take advice on how to collect money from the folks that owe it to you? That's exactly what you do when you let an insurance company steer you to their contract shop. At Nichols Body Shop, we earn our customers one at a time. We depend on repeat customers and referrals to keep our shop busy. When you need a repair shop, please consider picking a shop that works for you. Nichols Body Shop in Flowery Branch, where the best sign of a quality repair is no sign at all. Find us on Facebook or call 770-967-8200.
The marching band has cleared the field, and it's time for the second half of the Pick'em Show, presented by M&R Equipment Rental and Sales. Fresh from getting chewed out by the coach and taking their seats in the Northeast Georgia Health System studio, it's Bo, Caleb, Jeff, and Walker on AM 550 and FM 102.9 WDUN, and on YouTube and Access WDUN Sports. Always here, always local.
Hey, question of the day today. Kareem Hewley was the leading returning passer in our area. Based on the first 3 weeks of the season, who will lead the area in passing by season's end? 770-535-2911.
What were everybody's picks again? I had Alex Schliemann. You had Kareem Hewley.
Yep.
Jamarcus Harrison is interesting, although he's going to face probably more tougher defenses over the season. But I really think he has a chance to put up some wild numbers.
I like the Hewley pick. My only reason going Schliemann over Hewley is I think Hewley's schedule is tougher.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's got to face tougher defenses than Schliemann will.
That's the only reason I wouldn't pick Jamarcus. But I think Jamarcus is going to have a great season. But
475 right now for Jamarcus.
And how many rushing yards? I mean,
like
300 and something.
That's the problem you're going to have with Jamarcus is he might put up big numbers, but a lot of those numbers are going to be on the ground.
But I think we're going to see a lot of improvement.
What game?
You know the other name we didn't say? Brett Sturm. I mean, Flowery Branch is so balanced that 1 week they could throw for 400 yards, the next week they could rush for 400. I mean, depending on the matchups, Sturm could really
I'm going to say defenses again. You got Madison, you got Eastside, you got North Oconee. I mean, he's
saw
going to run up some tough defenses.
But if you're only concerned with passing yards, though, that could be a good pick. Because remember, they played Jackson County early this year.
Got 250.
And when they didn't have a running matchup, they just threw the ball all over the yard. And while they didn't put a lot of points on the board, they lost the game. He had 250 passing yards.
Yeah.
So
they're
going to play Michael Perry's going to play the matchup.
Yeah. I don't think that's a bad pick.
I think it's a tough question.
Well, that's why I picked it.
I
thought there were a lot of options. I did.
I like my pick. I like Schliemann. I'll ride with that.
I can't go against any of them because I think any of them have a chance to go off.
Hewley led the area last year, our coverage area last year, against the same schedule.
And he's probably better this year with a couple of more weapons. I
think he is better. I think that we talked a lot about their defense. Their defense is really good, but they've looked like they're gelling more offensively than they were this time last year. They're off this week. Carrollton's going to be the toughest test that they've played so far this year. But I don't know, Walker, how you feel about it. I feel higher on this Gainesville team right now than I was on them a year ago. They just feel a little bit more cohesive to me right now.
Well, and I think the biggest thing, at least in my mind, is the fact that they're not making a road trip every single week all over Southeast United States. They're playing at City Park. So you're going to have the cohesiveness there because you're getting to play in front of your family, your friends, and everything like that at home. What happens when they have to travel to Milton in week, 8, 9?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that, one of just 3 road trips on the regular season. Time will tell, but I agree with you. I'm much higher on Gainesville right now that we've seen Kareem Hewley now for 12, 13 games in his career and seen what he can do. And Nigel Newkirk, an excellent addition.
I was about to say the rushing game. He's gone, over 100 yards 3 times.
Yep.
And they've only played 3 games. So he's a really good added addition. But I think the other thing is just the attitude. I mean, listen to Coach Niblett talk. And he's going to get you ready for a game. Obviously, if he just sits right here behind the desk and we're listening to Josh Niblett talk. We're ready to go play football. But the way that he says we've owned 2024, and you see that in every game that they've played. They've cut down on the penalties. They play a more disciplined.
That's got to be the biggest thing so far is the better discipline on the field during plays, because how many games did we all see over the last – really it's been if there's one thing to nitpick, it's that every season so far they've been a heavily penalized team, even when they got to the state championship game. So, to see them cut down on that's just going to give them a lot more opportunities. We won't see – they had a couple of touchdowns, I believe, last year. Was it against Milton? Called back, because of penalty. Otherwise, that might be a different ball game.
Well, and, I think that Gainesville knows, in talking about what you were talking about earlier about the whole, hey, we've owned 2024. We want 2025 to be different. Mm-hmm. They were 3-0 this time in 2024.
Yeah.
So I think they know that the biggest tests they've got are in the windshield, not the rear view mirror. Absolutely, but I think I like that mentality. I think that
they were 3-0, but weren't they in a lot closer of games though, Caleb? Like that Moody game, wasn't it close down there?
It was close into the third quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah. They blew out Moody this year. So
by the way,
that game was never close.
By the way, on another note, Walker was talking about. Gainesville getting to play at home, you get to play in front of your family, your friends. I was almost about to say you don't have to take a bus ride to the stadium, but then I remember, no, Gainesville does take a bus ride to the stadium. They're one of the only teams, because of where City Park is not in the same place as Gainesville High School, they do have to take a bus to their home stadium. It got me thinking, are they the only –
Buford does, because they have to go across
the
street.
Well, I guess Buford's got to go across the highway, so that's true. Are there any others in Northeast Georgia where the team has to get a bus – from their
Cherokee
school?
Bluff rides the bus around.
Yeah, I don't know if I count that though, because that's optional.
They have to get on a bus though.
They could. They don't. Okay, but here's the difference. They don't have to get on the bus. They choose to do it. They choose to do it because it looks.
Now
cool.
I know Winder Barrow is in our coverage area, but doesn't Winder have the same thing? The stadium is off campus just slightly.
Jefferson.
There's Jefferson. Their locker room is right there. But I guess, coming from the high school.
They do. No, they don't get on a bus, do they?
Do they walk?
No, they do. They get on a bus because they have to go to the school. They have to go to the school.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
By the way, on the Cherokee Bluff bus thing, just going to say, I played in that stadium, and we didn't ride a bus up the hill. We just came in from that other end.
Are you
jealous?
We
didn't run down the hill. I guess the intro does look pretty cool.
Yeah.
I will say it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
But we had some cool stuff too.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah. we used to have the rock that we got from Currahee.
Okay.
That was kind of cool.
So you copy Clemson.
Well, they're copying Clemson too.
The rock's still so that's fine. Is the rock not still there?
The Currahee rock, I don't know if Flowery Branch does that anymore. And I think Lee Shaw might have taken that with him when he went to Rabun County. I think they may have started doing that too, because I think Lee Shaw started the program at Flowery Branch, so I know that was his thing. But I think he started doing that at Rabun. I don't know if he still does that at Metter. I don't know if they still go to Currahee Mountain from Metter. But.
I can take the job. I'll take the job, but I have to bring my rock.
Well, no, we got a new rock every year because we went to Currahee and got one, and that would be the rock.
So how big was this rock?
It was about, for the people watching on stream, it was about yay big.
Okay, so did you go all the way to the top to get the rock?
Yeah.
So it's a rock, not a boulder.
Yeah, no, went to the top, got it, and then, we loaded on a truck and take it back down. We didn't carry it down the hill. We put it on a pickup truck.
You carry it back down as like conditioning? Yeah,
no,
that would have.
We put it on a pickup truck.
I was trying to set you up for a really cool story here.
Caleb. No. Well, it was cool. It just no, we didn't carry it though.
What did y'all do at Dawson? Anything?
No.
How about Lumpkin?
No, we didn't. We
I bet Tommy Jones had some stuff. I bet Tommy Jones had some stuff going on.
We had a rock outside of the locker room. When our motto was "Pound the Rock," but it wasn't like we went and found that rock.
I got
like you did.
So did you play at JP King or all at the new school?
On the varsity, we played at the new school the entire time. We played a JV game at JP King because we were scheduled for a JV game prior to the varsity on the new turf.
Okay. Well, Guys, let's take a break here. Let's come back. Let's talk about some more games.
More rocks.
Schedule.
More rocks.
We're going to leave the rocks behind.
No more rocks.
I don't think we talked nearly as much football in that segment as we should have, but I was enjoying it. So.
Yeah, the rocks were good, and the pregame traditions. Coming up next, we're going to talk some more about some of these games around the area and our rapid-fire picks after 7:30 with our legendary guest picker. Make sure you stay tuned for that. The Pick'em Show continues here next on WDUN.
Keeping you up to date with the latest news and weather. It's what we do every day.
It's the news I trust.
North Georgia's News Talk. AM 550 and FM 102.9 WDUN. Always here, always local.
Need a dumpster fast? Need a mobile storage unit or office for your job site? American has you covered. From small home cleanouts to large commercial jobs to industrial waste management, American offers roll-off dumpsters in all sizes. They also offer recycling dumpsters that can actually pay you money. American is committed to providing unmatched customer service at a competitive price with same-day service for most deliveries and pickups. American, let us show you service. Call 678-696-5131 or visit ameri-canga.net.
Hey folks, Todd Starnes here. When it comes to keeping pests out of your home, Mark Turner at Select Pest Control has it figured out. As the name implies, you get to select whether you want their professional team to take care of those pesky pests, or if you'd rather do it yourself, visit their retail store on Brownsbridge Road in Gainesville. Since 1993, Mark and his great staff have offered professional service, products, and advice to North Georgia. Visit them online at selectpest.net, or better yet, stop by Select Pest Control today and tell them Todd sent you.
It's Mike Robertson of Oakwood Tire and More. As our name suggests, we can handle all your tire needs, but some have asked what we mean when we say and more. At Oakwood Tire, we're more than just tires. We also handle general repair. We handle alignments, brakes, AC service, suspension work. Speaking of suspension work, if you're looking to upgrade your ride, we can put tires, wheels, lift kit, anything like that on there. See us at www.oakwoodtire.com. Stop by at 3120 Atlanta Highway, where we're more than just tires.
You've got meals to plan, children to ferry from practice to ball games, shopping and dusting, and good grief. Give yourself a break and take your laundry to Townview Coin Laundry. Take your comforters, quilts, blankets, and mattress covers. They'll wash, dry, and fold your laundry, or you can use their industrial-sized machines. Townview Coin Laundry saves wear and tear on your washer and dryer and on you, too. Get the stains out at Townview Coin Laundry at the corner of Bradford Street and College Avenue in downtown Gainesville, open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Hi folks, Matt Hayes here from Hayes of Baldwin. If you're in the market for a new car, truck, or SUV, take a short drive and come see what North Georgia has to offer. We have 8 brands in one location, a great selection of pre-owned and manufacturer certified pre-owned vehicles. But that's not all. With 2 large service departments to take care of all your automotive needs, from maintenance, repairs, or just tires and checkups. Hayes offers friendly staff and excellent customer service. With over 50 years of a family-owned and operated business in North Georgia, come see what Hayes has to offer you. Hayes of Baldwin, just 3 miles north of Hall County on Highway 365.
Always here, always local.
From the Access WDUN Hardy Chevrolet Newsroom, both senators for Georgia called for U.S. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s resignation on Thursday. Details at Access WDUN and coming up on North Georgia's News Talk.
It's everything prep football with a little college and pro action thrown in. It's the Pick'em Show, presented by M&R Equipment Rental and Sales on your home of Friday game night. AM 550 and FM 102.9 WDUN. And on YouTube at Access WDUN Sports.
Back here on the Week 4 Pick'em Show here on WDUN. All right, guys, we're heading into the segment before the rapid fire picks, as we've talked pretty much about all the bigger games that we have going on, as our guest picker has it right. Everybody on YouTube now knows who it's going to be coming up here next in just a few minutes. We have taken a look at a lot of these games down the schedule. Are there any games, Walker, that we've missed that we probably are overlooking that we should maybe take a second to say, okay, this could be a pretty good game?
I think it goes back to East Forsyth and Chestatee. I know that was my Darkhorse dog, but I think that game could be very, very interesting. Chestatee likes to run the ball, likes to shorten the game. East Forsyth has done well this season to find ways to win. The question is, can they find a way to win a shortened game if Chestatee is able to occupy the game plan, Caleb? Because if that triple option is rolling and Chestatee able to go, 7-8 minutes without East Forsyth touching the football, I just don't know if they're going to have enough possessions to be able to score.
Well, or they could just score 35 points in the first half like they did at West Hall last week. I'm going to go with Cherokee Bluff and Habersham Central.
Okay.
Cherokee Bluff Hab Central is where I'm going to go because
we haven't talked much about that one.
Well, Cherokee Bluff coming off the loss to North Hall. Now they come back home. You've got Habersham Central, who's looked pretty good this year. This is a 3A school versus a 5A school. This was a thriller last year in Mount Airy. I don't know if anybody remembers this game, but Cherokee Bluff had to pull out some trickery to win that ball game. It's in Flowery Branch this time, so I think Cherokee Bluff probably by most people considered to be a pretty heavy favorite in this one, but I wouldn't count the Raiders out at all in that ball game.
Yeah,
it was only like a 3-point spread, I think.
Yeah, and if they're a favorite, that's interesting because Habs look pretty good this year. I do like that game. I think that's going to be a physical game. I mean, Habs pretty big. We saw what Bluff could do last week. I mean, they're going to hit you in the mouth. The question I think will be, will Paris Wilbanks be able to, because we saw what North Hall was able to get some passes on them. What did Ty have? 177 receiving. And Habs got some receivers and they've got a quarterback. So it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be a good game.
17 points against White County does not concern anybody.
It kind of does.
It does me. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know a lot of the circumstances around that. I know we got our friends.
They turned the ball over like 4 times.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
And that's what got them against Flowery Branch.
I think they had fumble issues.
In 2024, that's what cost Habersham Central the game against Flowery Branch was they got into a turnover fest. So I don't know if maybe that's a one-off thing that, and they got out of there with the win. That's good. If that's going to be a trending problem, then that is going to be a big concern because that can derail any offense.
To keep going on that, Bo, I mean, I look at White County East Jackson as a game that could cause some eyes to turn because if White County is able to turn East Jackson over like they turned Habersham Central over, that game could be really close and White County could put a scare into the Eagles. I think that White County's defense is kind of being overlooked right now.
I think White County's overlooked a little bit because of their offensive production. And plus some of the injuries they've had. And I said the 17 points, not concern you or concern you. That's not a knock on White County because we know what's happening in White County right now with a lot of injuries. And it just seems like every year that's what happens in Cleveland is injuries hit them. But that's not saying they can't get it together.
Right.
No, go ahead, Jeff.
No, I was going to say, I'm looking at the stats that Benji sent me from the game last week. 1 interception, 3 fumbles if they had 4 turnovers. 229 yards on – here's the thing. White County had 60 plays compared to Habs' 49. That is interesting, the fact that White had more plays for only 162 yards compared to 229. Only 49 plays for Hab. I mean, Benji, that's a low number for Benji Harrison.
It'd be concerning to me for White County to run 60 plays and only come up with 3 points. That would be a concern.
Right.
Can I bring up another game real quick? We were talking about this game a lot this time last year. We're not talking about it at all this week. Jefferson at Stevens County. Because Jefferson's defense has been so dominant, and Stevens they only put 13 against Cedar Shoals last week.
Struggle bus for them.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to score. They're not going to score against that Jefferson defense.
You calling a shutout?
Pretty much. No offense to our buddies up in Stevens.
I'm not calling a shutout. It's at the reservation.
Listen, Jackson County pretty good. They got a field goal. Now they did miss 2 or 3 really open passes, so they could have scored 14 or more.
Hey, just go back to last week when we thought maybe Clark Central would have something.
Yeah.
No, it didn't happen.
No.
But again, I wonder how much of that is Clark Central. Like how much of that maybe, which I think Clark Central's offense is struggling, but like Jefferson's defense is just shutting down everybody.
That Jefferson defense, trust me, in person, that other than the Buford defense, best unit I've seen this year.
I think one of the other teams that we haven't really mentioned is Riverside. I think we need to give them a little tip of the hat, for their game against last week against LCA. I mean, you look at how that game unfolded. It was 12-12 in the fourth quarter, and as Coach Lee said, the wheels fell off.
Yeah.
But it shows
they were in the game.
They were in the game and how much improvement
and that's why I was looking at that Bethlehem 39 points. I really wanted to do that, but I if Bethlehem Christian has half of what they used to, I mean, that's going to be a tall order for Riverside.
Who you guys got in the Battle of Oakwood tomorrow?
Westall.
I like Westall.
Yeah. Is that in our list of picks this week?
Yes, it is.
Well, then I don't want to. We shouldn't be giving that away.
Yeah, why?
So here we go. Here's a quick pick, because in that last liner coming into this segment, it said a little bit of pro mixed in. Eagles, Cowboys. Who we got?
Oh, Eagles. Eagles big tonight.
Just need their defense to shut them out, and I'll be good.
As long as my tight end gets some catches and some points.
Who's your tight end?
Whoever the Cowboys tight end has. Well, I have the other tight end, not him, but he's. I just want to see if he has a good game in case I need to sub him into a game at some point.
Wouldn't this be the most Jerry Jones, Dak Prescott thing to go into Philadelphia and win this game, though?
And then go 6-11.
Right.
Exactly, but they win this game.
Who watched that? Me and Bo watched that Cowboys thing on Netflix. That was awesome. I loved.
I think our guest picker
Coach liked it. Coach liked it.
I think our guest picker wants to offer his thoughts on Eagles Cowboys a little bit. Can we introduce him, Bo?
Our guest.
Do we need to introduce this guy? Really?
YouTube already knows who it is.
Right.
Facebook.
The radio audience.
Radio land does not know, and he did not come in with a jacket and a tie on, so that's not coming off in the first 3
I lost a
seconds
bet with my wife.
But legendary East Hall boys basketball coach Joe Dix in the house.
Legendary.
How we doing, guys?
That's it. I was expecting a little more than that.
Oh, gosh.
What do you got, Eagles, Cowboys, Coach? What do you got?
I'm taking the Eagles as well. But he's right. I was captivated by the.
Let me say
that was a great show.
It was
about Jerry.
I hate the Cowboys, but it was fun.
Let me say this about Jerry Jones. What a marketing genius he is.
Well, look what he
absolutely.
did. I think the NFL is as big as it is
because
of him.
Yeah,
and those guys.
Well, to that point, he's getting inducted into the Sports Broadcasting Hall of Fame this year, alongside Lee Corso and some others. That was just announced today.
In the Broadcasting Hall? That's interesting.
Well, everything that he did back in the early days when he bought the Cowboys was just, go against the NFL and forced all the changes as far as
because he was losing money. He was losing money. He was like, "Why aren't we making money?" The way they presented it in that show is that it was like, these guys just get together. They have some teams and they want to see. They didn't care. They already had, and he was like, "Hey, I got everything riding on this. I need to make some money out of this thing." And they were smart to eventually finally listen to it. How many lawsuits did it take? Oh my God! Yeah. I've never seen it.
All the stuff that was Michael Irvin and
that was great. Oh my gosh,
that was
Dion. I love Dion. No, you didn't win because of me. I love that. That was my favorite part.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched it, watch it.
Oh, it was great.
Watched it, Caleb?
I have not watched it yet.
Oh, you got to watch it.
I haven't watched it.
If you sit down, you're gonna look up. And
it was hard to turn that off. It was hard to turn that off.
Yeah, it is. It's hard to turn off. You will binge watch it.
I've been going through some 30 for 30s, like some of the college football 30 for 30s. The Pony XS about SMU.
That was good. That was a good team. That was a good team.
Both of the U ones about Miami were great, so I've been watching some of those, but I need to watch this Cowboys.
What was it called? Convicts versus the Catholics?
Well, that was a separate one. That's a good one, too.
That was the most recent one they played.
Yeah.
All right, guys, coming up next, rapid fire picks. Joe Dix joins us for the picks as we'll see how good he is this year as a pick'em show. Continues here next on WDUN.
Want to save on your energy and water bill? Conditioned Air Systems is here to make sure your home stays cool, comfortable, and dry. As the seasons change, regular HVAC maintenance lowers your monthly cost. Or need reliable plumbing services like repairs, installation, or septic line work? With over 45 years serving Northeast Georgia, Conditioned Air Systems has got you covered. Give us a call at 1-800-AC-REPAIR.
I'm Frank Norton with the Norton Agency. One thing I've learned in my 42 years in the real estate business is that Americans are not comfortable with haggling and negotiations. We're by and large not a bartering society, but we at Norton do that every day. Our professional advocates' number one priority is to get the buyer or seller the best price. You need Norton now more than ever. Call us at 770-532-0022 or look for us on the web at gonorton.com. Our family serving North Georgia for 4 generations.
Life is chock full of choices, and this Sunday's no exception on WDUN. On AM 550 at 1, the Falcons open the season hosting the Buccaneers, while on FM 102.9, the round of 16 continues with the Enjoy Illinois 300, the NFL or NASCAR. It's up to you on your home of choice Sports Sunday. WDUN Gainesville, WDUN FM Clarksville, Gainesville. Always here, always local.
It's 7:30.
Fox News, I'm Tom Regani. President Trump is extending the National Guard's deployment in D.C. through November 30th. Fox's Jared Halpern with more.
The National Guard was activated as part of President Trump's surge of federal law enforcement to combat crime in D.C. The extension of the troop presence comes as the D.C. Attorney General filed a lawsuit against the Trump administration, arguing the deployment is an illegal military occupation.
Trump says crime is down dramatically since the federal takeover began last month. What about the president ordering the National Guard to help fight crime in Chicago? Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker has been highly critical of the idea and says if and when it happens, legal action will be taken.
That's going to be our first line of defense, is getting a court to issue a TRO or other injunction against that activity.
Trump said this week he would send the Guard into Chicago, but wouldn't say when. America's listening to Fox News.
Always here, always local.
WDUN. From the Access WDUN Hardy Chevrolet Newsroom, I'm William Daughtry. A man was found dead this morning near the scene of a Buford house fire. Gwinnett County Fire and Emergency Services officials said the fire was at a 2-story home on North Bogan Road just before 7 a.m. When fire crews arrived, they reportedly found a man in the woods holding a shotgun. Fire crews called Gwinnett police, who then arrived and set up a perimeter. By the time fire crews put out the blaze, a neighbor called saying the man was dead on their property. Police said he died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The man's name was not released, but he was believed to be the occupant of the home. A 17-year-old was arrested in Jackson County Thursday morning after a traffic stop led to deputies finding drugs. According to a Facebook post from the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, Christopher Isaac Perez was arrested in East Jackson on various drug and firearm possession charges. And both Democratic U.S. Senators for Georgia, John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock, called for U.S. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s resignation on Thursday. The hearing came after the CDC director's ousting and reports of measles rising.
Agency morale is at rock bottom. A quarter of the workforce has been pushed out. It is time for Mr. Kennedy to resign.
That was Ossoff speaking at a press conference Thursday. There's more news at Access WDUN. Now here's your Access WDUN forecast.
Hi, North Georgia. With the exception of a stray shower or storm, looks like a mix of clouds and sunshine as we continue through the afternoon. We are in the middle 80s for highs, and even an isolated shower or storm possible this evening. From the Access WDUN Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Holly Strano.
It's 77 degrees in Oakwood, 72 in Jefferson, and 77 in Gainesville. From North Georgia's News Talk, AM 550 and FM 102.9 WDUN.
Your roof protects your family, your guests, your pets, and your most precious belongings from the elements, and you hardly think about it, especially if it's a metal roof from Dawsonville Metal Products. Dawsonville Metal Products is your metal roofing specialist, ready to give your home a new look that will last a lifetime. Call Dawsonville Metal Products today at 706-265-3099 or log on to their website, DawsonvilleMetal.com. That's Dawsonville Metal Products, everything that matters under one roof.
Have you ever been at your wit's end over commitments? Hi, this is Whit Martin, pastor of Asbury Chapel. We all make commitments, maybe to a school, a project, or even a neighbor. It's so hard to say no because of guilt or the fear that something might not get done if we don't do it. We feel torn or tired, wondering if we should have said no after all. But the Bible shows us something encouraging from the life of Jesus. Numerous times as people were looking for him to do something for them, he's found praying. It was from a place of prayer and devotion to God that Jesus engaged the commitments in his life. Just see Mark 1:35-37. Saying yes to the Lord and to spending time with him will grant the strength and peace you need to accomplish the things you've committed to. I would invite you to make time with God a priority, attending church, spending time in prayer, or searching the scriptures with others. Then maybe the yeses and nos in your life will come much easier and with peace. And that is Wit's End. Join us at Asbury Chapel, Sundays at 10 a.m. or go to asburychapel.net for more info.
It's a look at what to expect from this week's Friday game night. It's the Pick'em Show, presented by M&R Equipment Rental and Sales with Bo, Caleb, Jeff, and Walker on AM 550 and FM 102.9 WDUN, and on YouTube at Access WDUN Sports.
Don't forget, coming up tomorrow just after 6, hang out with Caleb Hutchins on the Tailgate Show, presented by Conditioned Air Systems. Caleb, I know you got a bunch planned for that, and you'll get everybody up to date.
Yeah, spoke with East Hall head coach Matt Turner, North Hall head coach Sean Pender. We'll let you hear from both of them ahead of the East Hall-North Hall matchup tomorrow. Good to see if we can get Bryant Appling on with us as well to preview that Buford-Rosewell game that'll be on AM 550. Unfortunately, we will not be at a tailgate this week like we were last week.
Yeah, that was fun.
Big shout-out to the folks at North Hall. They treated us very, very well. Had a great time for that North Hall Cherokee Bluff game. We'll be in the studio this week, but we've been talking. We may try to get to another couple of games later this year. Yeah,
roaming to some of the games with the tailgate, because it is a tailgate show.
That's right.
Yeah.
We should be tailgating.
We should be
a tailgate show.
Yeah,
That's right.
Tailgate. Hey, it's time for us to get to our rapid fire picks.
12 games, 10 to 15 seconds. No time to think, just pick and defend it. Quick takes, bold calls, and zero hesitation. Yeah, that means you, Jeff. What you got, fellas? It's pick'em time, rapid fire style.
I think that was Coach Dick's first time hearing that.
It was. He liked it. He liked it.
I don't think he's going to be any good. He's gone.
That is so
we
good.
lost it.
East Hall Vikings boys basketball coach Joe Dix here for our guest picker on the show.
Yep.
Always in there. How did you do last year, Coach?
9-3, I think, was your record.
9-2.
Yeah,
9-2.
I did not beat Gene Dirt, and that was the issue.
Was that
Right.
acceptable to you? Because you
That
were
was
a tough
acceptable.
man to please.
That was acceptable.
Okay.
I'll take 9-2.
Now you're known. Or sorry, Walker. Go ahead.
I was going to say, looking at last week's standings, 10-2. Jeff and Daniel both going 10-2. Caleb 9-3. Bo and myself 8-4. I'm still ahead by one game. Well, me and the guest picker ahead one game on Jeff, and 2 games on Caleb and Bo. Caleb, I started to interrupt you.
No, you're good. We got Joe Dix here. Joe, obviously you're known, legendary high school basketball coach. What about your football chops? How much of a football guy are you?
Oh, I love football. I grew up in Alabama, so I grew up 30 minutes from Bo Jackson, and then I grew up rooting for Alabama more than Auburn. But Bo Jackson was my hero. And
I got a Bo Jackson story real quick.
Oh, boy.
So my best friend's dad,
Here we go.
Ken Donahue, was the defensive coordinator at Alabama. Okay, he had Bo Jackson, who always wanted to play at Alabama.
Yes.
He was coming to Alabama, and Auburn offered his mother a job. He goes to Auburn.
Is that true?
That is absolutely true.
Hey, Coach,
100%.
You got a lot of basketball players on that football team. We were talking in the break. I know Matt Turner's your guy, but do you cringe a little bit watching those guys take hits on Fridays?
Yeah. Jamarcus takes off running, ran for over 1,000 yards last year. That was. Sometimes we have to slide with pride is what we have to do. Slide with pride.
All right, let's get to the picks, Walker. Let's roll with it.
The order this week, Bo rolled it 9 times. It's Caleb, Coach Dix, Bo, myself, and then Jeff. We start here. Caleb, Banks County at Dawson. Both teams looking for their first win.
All right, I'm going to go Dawson. Banks County, it's just a rough situation there in Homer. I'm going to go Dawson in this one. They get their first win under J-Bo Shaw.
Yeah,
Coach Dick?
I'm taking Dawson County as well. Obviously, we know what has gone on in Banks, and I guess we were the last team they played before everything kind of broke out. So I got Dawson County. I coached against J-Bo when he was in high school. Good, great young man.
I got to say, pulling for Mark Hollers over there, the head coach now for Banks
Me too.
County. And hopefully he can get the ship righted in Homer. But I got to go with the Tigers.
Yeah, Dawson County at home. Tiger Stadium going to be rocking for J-Bo's first game there. Give me Dawson County.
Give me the Tigers.
Lumpkin County playing host to Dunwoody in non-region action.
Indians in this one.
I got a blowout. Indians.
I'll go with Joe on this one. Indians.
Gold City rolls.
Jeff, it's to you.
Hello, Jeff.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yes,
I'm
it is.
so
You're on
sorry.
the show with us, Jeff.
I mean, this was a close game last year. They're a 5A school. I'm going with Dunwoody.
You know, when I was in elementary school, like in
boy.
kindergarten, they were teaching us to get lined up to go to the lunchroom. They'd say, just remember who's in front of you. Just remember who's in front of you.
Who is in front of me?
That'd be
East
Walker.
Forsyth is at Chestatee, Caleb. EFO at Chestatee.
Give me East Forsyth on the road. I like that Broncos defense, and I think they find a way to win a low-scoring game at Chestatee.
Ooh. I did my student teaching under Stuart Cunningham about 40,000 years ago. So
did he just out-coach Cunningham?
Wait, he coached Bo Wilson. We just celebrated his 45th birthday.
Okay, there we go. There you go. And I'm in year 30, and he was my student. I did my student teaching under him.
So you're taking?
I'm taking East Forsyth. Oh, I'm sorry, Coach. I love you. You know I do.
Dang, that whole setup for that.
Look, listen, I'm staying with my coach. Too much orange. War Eagles.
War Eagles for Bo. I'm going to take the Broncos on the road close. Close.
Look, my kids went into Chestatee school system. I'm taking the War Eagles. I think they've had the week off. They're going to rebound. Or they had a week off.
They didn't have the week off,
but they played West Hall and Romp. So I'm going to go with that. Give me the War Eagles.
Do that to him.
Wow.
Sorry about that.
Hart County is at Flowery Branch, Caleb.
Give me the Falcons in this one.
Ooh. Oh gosh.
Yeah, I'm going to get some emails about that one.
I'm taking Coach Perry at home. He's a friend of mine. Flowery Branch.
Griffin Harper, Brett Sturm. Give me the Falcons.
You
I'm
stole
take the
my
Falcons
words right
too.
out of my mouth.
Oh, sorry, Walker. I forgot who I was behind.
Yeah, remember who's before you.
I
It's
don't
me.
know. I'm too short. I can't see that high. It's I don't know.
Rapid fire picks here on WDUN. Jefferson at Stevens County.
Give me Jefferson big. Stevens County's going to have a hard time getting in the end zone.
Coach?
Jefferson. Dragons rule.
Dragons shut out Stevens County. Jefferson wins.
I say Stevens gets a field goal, but Jefferson wins big.
Give me Jefferson.
Battle of Oakwood. Johnson at West Hall at the Hot Gates.
Give me the Spartans. Najee Lyon gets his second win at the Hot Gates.
I'm taking the home team as well. West Hall wins it.
Sparta will be a rockin'. Give me the Spartans.
I think this game is closer than it has been in years past, but I think West Hall wins at home.
I know I took Johnson in the points in the dog, but give me West Hall to win the game.
We start region play. Riverside Preparatory Academy is at Bethlehem Christian. A 39-point underdog is Riverside.
Really like what Jeff Lee's been doing there at Riverside. Not against Bethlehem Christian, though. They've been the monster in that region. So give me the Knights of Bethlehem Christian.
I was just talking about their football because Devin Mitchell, the boys basketball coach there, was an assistant of mine at Collins Hill, and he says they got great football. So I'm taking Bethlehem Christian.
Look, I like what Lee's doing. Like Caleb said, improvement with the Eagles, but BC wins this one.
Riverside covers, Bethlehem wins.
Yeah, I kind of wish I'd have taken this in the dog, but give me Bethlehem Christian
We
also.
try to get you to.
Another region game. Union County makes the trip to Murray County.
Union County finally gets their first win of the year. I think this will be a close ball game, though.
I'm taking Union County on the road as well.
Injuries abound up in Blairsville. Give me Murray County.
Oh.
Yeah, I was going to take the home team as well. It's a long road trip, and the injuries in Blairsville just brutal.
Look, Murray County beat Towns, I believe, earlier in the season, and they were terrible last year. And Union injuries. Yeah, give me Murray. I kind of would like to take the Panthers, but I'm just going to have to go with Murray.
Final one in this segment, Caleb. It's White County at East Jackson.
You know where we're going with this one, Walker.
Absolutely.
Can I go with you? I want to go with you.
I'll go. Oh, look at Coach. Look at There you go.
And my granddaughter is a cheerleader at East Jackson. And she'll be with us in 2 weeks. Okay, so
is there a school in North Georgia you don't have a connection to somewhere?
Very few.
By the way, before we get too far away, Can Joe see the graphic that Bo made this week?
What graphic?
I could
Can he
show
see that?
him the graphic.
There's the happy birthday graphic. We need to let him see that as well.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see if I can.
We're getting the YouTube stream pulled
Yeah,
up here.
we-
For those listening on radio, make sure to check us out on video stream, YouTube and Facebook. You can catch all of this great stuff as well.
Selfie.
You remember that picture?
That would be a region championship selfie. I've seen that picture.
Can we get to the Travis Hunter story before we go to break?
Yeah, let's get to the Travis Hunter story.
Yes, please.
All right, Coach. We know you coached Travis Hunter at Collins Hill, who is now in the NFL.
Yes.
And we
Heisman Trophy winner.
Yeah, Heisman Trophy winner.
I texted him and wanted to know, was he in the commercial? And he said, I can't tell you. And then, of course, he was in the commercial. So,
Don't let him in the house.
Yeah,
So.
That's right. They wouldn't let him in the
They're
house.
going on the road. All right, Coach. We found out before we went into the segment that you are basically like a justice of the peace, right? You can marry people?
Yes. I've performed 11 weddings.
Sure.
11
What was the
weddings?
most recent one you did?
The most recent one was August 16th, one of my former students.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in May, you married Travis Hunter.
I did perform the wedding. It was held out in the middle of nowhere in Athens, Tennessee. And in fact, there was nowhere to have the rehearsal dinner, so he bussed us to Knoxville, to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, for one of the best steaks that I've ever had in my life.
Whoa.
Pretty incredible wedding. They needless to say, they spared no expense. I did get a chance to meet Shador. He came. Everybody was wondering where Coach Prime was because we saw his name on a table.
Was he there?
And no, he was actually battling cancer at the time, and nobody knew.
Yeah.
So, but Shador did come. Got a chance to have a little conversation with him, and seemed like a great young man. And Travis is. And now we didn't know at the time. They kept it a secret, but they were pregnant, and now they've had a son. So he's
How
got
good
a
of a
lot.
basketball player was he?
Oh yeah, he was an all-region level basketball player. He could have been a Division I. He loves basketball more than he loves football. Most people don't realize that, but if he could have played Division I basketball, but football was it was ridiculous.
I was gonna say NFL was no doubter, and NBA would have been pushing it.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody like it. I mean, he literally covered one side of the field, and every time he touched the ball, there was a possibility that he could go all the way. So, pretty incredible player, pretty incredible athlete, great young man too.
Yeah, just an insane athlete. Can't wait to see what he does in the NFL.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, because he is on my fantasy league team. So, hey, we got
people out the window here in downtown Gainesville want to say hey to
kissing the
Coach.
windows. We still have 3 picks remaining, and that's coming up here next as we get to the final segment of tonight's Pick'em Show right here on WDUN.
In North Georgia,
It's the topics that matter to me.
we're your eyes and ears in the community with the latest breaking news.
It's the most important thing we face.
AM 550 and FM 102.9 WDUN. Always here, always local.
Some car dealers want to sell you a car. At Hardy Chevrolet, we'd rather help you find the vehicle that's right for you. This is Mike Cormier. We call it the Hardy Chevrolet difference. Since you're the one who will be in the driver's seat of that new Chevy, we think you should be in the driver's seat when it comes to making the selection. It's like Charles Hardy always said.
We love you and we need you.
Together, let's drive. At Hardy Chevrolet, Browns Bridge Road in Gainesville, online at hardychevrolet.com.
David, I can't believe you just called that nice man an egghead.
Are you kidding? That's the biggest compliment I could give him. Any green egg user loves to be known as an egghead.
Then Autry's Ace is the place for eggheads.
Absolutely. Eggheads love our great selection of big green eggs, tables, and accessories. The Big Green Egg is the highest quality, most versatile, and simplest to use ceramic smoker you'll ever own.
Sounds like it's time to get egging.
Come by Autry's Ace Hardware today, Thompson Bridge Road in Gainesville, your hometown hardware store.
This is Chelsea Hogan, and I'm proud to announce that Laura Chastain and I have teamed up to form the CHI Insurance Agency. While under a new name, we still offer health insurance and Medicare products that fit your needs. When you have questions or concerns, you'll talk to Laura or me directly, not a call center. See Laura Chastain in the Rubicon Building in Gainesville or me, Chelsea Hogan, in Cleveland. Personal service from agents you know. We are the CHI Agency, 706-609-9811.
Hey, it's Chuck Dowdle, and I'm looking for 25 Super Dog fans to go with me May 6th to Iceland with Colette and Peach State Bank and Trust. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to teach them how to call the dogs in Icelandic. We're going to see massive glaciers that sculpt mountains and valleys. We're going to see thundering waterfalls and plunging fjords. We're going to walk on a black volcanic sand beach, relax in the warm, mineral-rich water of the Sky Lagoon. And Colette has us covered from arranging the flights, meals, hotels, and all the local experiences, allowing us to simply enjoy the journey. So call Colette at 800-581-8942 or visit WDUNtravels.com to learn more.
Let me show you the world. Come away with me.
Presented by Colette, Peach State Bank and Trust, and WDUN. Go Dogs!
Always here, always local.
From the Access WDUN Hardy Chevrolet newsroom, a Jackson County teen was arrested Thursday morning on firearm and drug possession charges. Details at Access WDUN and coming up on North Georgia's News Talk.
When it comes to football, they're the smartest guys in the room. As long as they're the only guys in the room. It's the Pick'em Show, presented by M&R Equipment Rental and Sales on AM 550 and FM 102.9 WDUN. And on YouTube at Access WDUN Sports.
Heading into the final segment of tonight's show. Been a great show so far. Welcome you back inside our studios here in Gainesville, right here on the square. Joe Dix, our guest picker. We got 3 games left. Walker, set us up, man.
Yeah, let's start with this one. Habersham Central is at Cherokee Bluff. Caleb, you really like this game.
I like this game a lot. Think it's really close. Give me the Bears at home. I think they bounce back. I think they showed me a lot of good things, even in a loss to North Hall last week, and I think that they get the ship righted back at home tomorrow night.
I agree. They're well coached too. I think he does a great job, and they're gonna win at home.
Yeah, Tommy does a great job. It's gonna be a physical battle between both these teams. I think it will be a good game. Give me the Bears.
I think this game's back and forth, Jeff, and I think it comes down to the last possession. And for that reason, I'm going to take the home team. But I think Paris Wilbanks has a chance to really throw the ball for a lot of yards after what we saw last week.
I almost think Habersham, I'm not going to say it's a must-win, but they need some momentum. They got region play starting next week. That they maybe didn't look at that great against White County. This is a game I think they need to play well and probably feel like they need to win this game. Give me the Raiders for that reason. I think they're going to be playing with a sense of urgency this week.
We head to Rosewell at Buford. 8 o'clock kick on 550, correct, Bo?
Yes.
Wolves have had a week to rest up after that long road trip to Savannah. I think they're going to be rested and ready to rock at Philip Beard Stadium. Buford big in this one.
Yeah, and they're so tested by their first couple of games here. What a program. I mean, impressive. I know Coach Appling got a chance to meet him and spend some time with him, and impressive guy when you talk to him, and it's not shocking what they got going on.
Yeah, I got to agree what you just said, Coach. Buford, you said the week off, going to be rested up, and they've started really good. I think Buford just rolls in this one. They rolled in this one last year. They'll roll again.
Yeah, and they're playing at home this year too, so Wolves big.
52-17 last year. Buford's better than they were last year. Yeah, without a doubt, Buford wins this game. It's probably as bad as they want to win it.
Final pick'em game of the week, and it's the one that we have Coach Dix here for. North Hall at East Hall.
I think we need to get we need to get his view on this.
I yield my first pick to Coach
absolutely.
Dix.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
What do you got, Coach?
Well, first of all, y'all know I'm connected to North Hall. My best friend happens to be the boys' basketball coach there, and he and I.
He's taking North Hall. Wow. Okay.
He and I communicate often. I mean, like daily. Like we send each other memes literally all day.
Don't y'all have time to teach?
We work on that too. And if I'm golfing, he's more likely involved in that as well. So, but
here's a but.
Not so fast, my friend.
You want the pin? You want the pin to do the Corso thing?
I am taking the Vikings. I will always take the Vikings. If we playing the Chiefs, I'm taking the Vikings. So, no shock. East Hall. Let's go.
Coach, I'd love to side with you, but I can't do it. I think this is a high-scoring game, but North Hall's offense, I just don't know. I haven't seen it stopped yet. I'm taking the Trojans in this one.
Do I have to pick this game? Because there's a lot of athletes going to be on this field, man. And a lot of them are on East Hall's side, which could be very fun to watch. The only thing with me about the Vikings is the defense against this North Hall team. I can't do it. As much as I'd like to pick them, I got to go with the Trojans in this one.
This game falls right in between two rivalry games for North Hall, right?
Yeah.
You had Cherokee Bluff last week. You've got Chestatee ahead in the region opener, the Battle of Highway 60. Could we have a trap game here with an excellent offense of East Hall?
I see where you're going with
Watch out for this one to be really close. I'm taking the Trojans.
All
that build-up. All that build-up.
Down.
Coach gets a special delivery while we're here. We get nothing.
I got chocolate-covered peanuts delivered.
That's all he has to do is come downtown.
That's it.
Shout out to Jason
Not
Buffington.
only does he know everybody in the state at some school, but he comes down here one time and he gets a special delivery.
Who brought that to you?
Jason Buffington.
Hey, there were 4 more people in the studio, Jason. Come on now.
That's right. Yeah. And look, I think East Hall scores some points because I think the offense is too good. But Bluff's defense is better than what East Hall's defense has traditionally been. And North Hall put up 43 on them last week. I think it's going to be this would be a huge upset if the Vikings win. I'm going to take North Hall.
I got to say, guys, this game could end up being a heck of a game.
It could be.
Could be a lot of points.
I hope so. I hope it's a great game. We've got it on radio, and how fun is this going to be to watch if they're going back and forth? But East Hall's going to have to. They're just going to have to make some stops. We're going to have to get some picks. I don't know. North Hall just looked so good last week.
All right, Coach. Next stop, basketball.
Yes, sir. October 20th. Right now we're doing some 4-on-1s in the morning, doing some skill work.
Who's the one?
It rotates. Sometimes it's me. Sometimes it's my assistant coaches.
I put the stamp on you as Lanier Land contender / favorite. Okay?
Wow. Okay, we'll take it.
Yeah.
Right.
If we're healthy, we've got a really good group, and we've got a chance to have a
Got to
great
get those guys off the football field before they get
Slide
killed.
With pride. Slide with pride.
Look, I want to go back to Jarvis Davenport because I love Jarvis. He's a great dude. You say you go golfing with him. Now, he was a former player of yours.
No, he did not play for me. He played for Coach Vining. Yes.
Okay, I couldn't. Yeah. I know it's hard. I can't remember the whole sequence when you got there. But so who wins in golf?
Oh, he usually wins in golf, man. He hits that.
Is he
thing
just younger than you? Is that why?
Yes, he hits that thing a mile, man. He does.
Where do y'all play?
Anywhere that's discounted.
Wait, is there one of those still
if
left?
There's anybody
Where?
out there in Radio Land who wants to give me a membership to a golf club somewhere?
You already got chocolate.
Wow.
Peanuts.
Wait, is that your NIL? Is this
I'll
your
give you
NIL?
a chocolate peanuts.
This is your NIL deal.
That's my
you
NIL
want golf.
deal.
I need some
golf. Okay.
Always good to have you with us, Coach. Always fun. Thank you for joining us
Enjoyed
today.
it, guys. Thank you.
That's a wrap for the show. 3 games on the air tomorrow. Thanks to Avery for producing. Caleb, Jeff, Bo, Walker. Enjoy week number 4 of high school football.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from